999,993. 5 more for 1 million. Look, 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 look. 4 more. We're seeing this live right now. 3. This is the countdown. Oh yeah, no way. 999,999. 1,000,002! Yes! Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. This is incredible. I am recording this on video right here on my camera. Okay, now it's time for me to answer your most frequent questions. Ahora es la hora para contestar sus preguntas. First question from Mario Lopez. You have internet in the jungle. It depends where I'm at. Some places I have internet, some places I don't. And I don't have like a Wi-Fi in the jungle, obviously. I can use a cell phone like this to connect at times. Which I can actually, where I am right now, I actually have a signal. Lourdes Rocha. Creo que es de Brasil. Você vai parar de ir na selva? Não, não quero parar. Nunca quero parar. Eu gosto muito de explorar na selva, não somente a selva, mas também o deserto, as ilhas, muitos lugares. Carlos Torres. ¿Cómo haces tu plan de alimentos? ¿Llevas algo del súper? Eso también depende a dónde voy y cuántos días voy a estar. Por ejemplo, este viaje que voy a hacer mañana, estoy pensando en quedar como 4 días. Voy a llevar algo de comida, pero son alimentos muy básicos. Voy a llevar pescado seco, unos granos de maíz, granos de cacao y creo que es todo, y agua. Y a ver lo que encuentro allá. Giancarlo Santa Cruz, how did you accelerate getting more subscribers? That I really don't know how to answer. I just kept on uploading videos and trying to make my videos better, and then I got one video that went crazy viral, and that is what really accelerated my YouTube channel. Richie Peregrina Díaz, ¿no te desespera estar de noche en el bosque tú solo y encuentras algo de comer que te satisfaga? No me da miedo. Antes, las primeras veces sí me daba algo de miedo, pero me acostumbré y nunca malo me ha pasado en las noches. De comida, otra vez depende de dónde voy. Hay lugares donde, por ejemplo en Alaska, pues, hay temporadas donde hay salmón que puedes agarrar del río, comer, hay bayas para fruta silvestre. Depende de dónde. En muchos lugares no se encuentra nada. He aguantado, por ejemplo, una semana con muy poca comida. Craig Anthony Payne. Does it ever get too hard or lonely or emotional at all? How do you cope with the feelings and thoughts that are negative? I don't really get lonely because I'm so busy, and I've never stayed out there for like longer than 2 weeks, and because I'm usually making videos, and so I just being busy keeps your mind active and at ease, and so, but it could just be my personality as well. So no, I don't really feel lonely. Maybe a little bit, but it's not a problem. Cecilia GR dice: Chat Zuber, ¿cómo y cuándo iniciaste esta aventura? ¿Qué te motivó? ¿Y cómo aprendiste a conocer las plantas y sus propiedades? ¿Cómo aprendiste tantas técnicas, ya sea de construcción o supervivencia? Yo empecé a hacer viajes en la naturaleza, explorar y conocer como la manera de vivir de una forma primitiva. Hace años, puedo decir que empecé hace como 20 años, pero muy poco. Pero en los años más recientes ya enfoqué más y más en eso, y la verdad, la razón mayor fue por mis fracasos en la vida moderna. La incapacidad de ganar suficiente dinero para los gastos para mi familia y todo. Fue parte debido a una recesión muy fuerte en mi país. Pero aprender sobre las plantas, eso fue poco a poco, leyendo libros. Siempre me gusta estudiar libros, leer libros también. Cuando encuentro una planta nueva que no conozco, tal vez tiene fruto o tiene vaina y quiero saber si es comestible, pues tomo fotos de la planta y luego cuando regreso a casa yo busco información por internet o sea, por libro sobre esa planta y a veces puedo identificarlo y descubrir si es comestible o si tiene algún uso medicinal. Javi Borrayo, ¿cómo lo haces para contestar a todo el mundo y no saturarte? Bueno, no siempre puedo contestar a todo el mundo. Yo intento, es mi intención, pero no siempre se puede. Pero le doy la intención. A veces mucho tiempo. Pero lo hago cuando tengo tiempos libres. José Blanco, ¿qué haces para tener un cuerpo perfecto? Bueno, nadie tiene un cuerpo perfecto. Y menos yo. Pero para mantener mi forma física, yo soy muy activo y hago ejercicio, hago mucha actividad física. Siempre me gusta estar haciendo cosas. No me gusta sentarme, no me gusta dormir de más. Y tengo una alimentación muy buena. Muy buena. Yo preparo casi todas mis comidas y son de ingredientes básicos. Scott Oram, what survival essentials do you bring with you? That depends a lot on the place that I'm going, how long I'm going to be gone. But some very good survival essentials are a knife. A good, strong, sharp, durable knife has multiple uses. Paracord. Paracord is really an excellent tool. You can use it to make a bowstring for making fire, for tying, for your shelter, for a number of things. I've made hammocks out of paracord for sleeping. Another very useful tool is anything that you can use to start a fire, whether it be a lighter, matches, whatever. Because making a fire is one of the most essential skills to have in the wild. It's a fantastic survival skill. Raymart friend Bacadon, what gives you the motivation and inspiration to make video and good content in YouTube? I love, since a very long time ago, I always liked sharing places I've gone, adventures with other people. Before I used to write about them and include some photos. And then when YouTube came along, I always wanted to be a video maker or make movies, a director. That's always an interest of mine. So I transferred that desire into YouTube and my love of nature and exploring and started making videos, and that was my motivation. John Bone, how close have you been to hypothermia and dehydration for you to call it quits? I don't think I've ever been close to hypothermia, at least not to my knowledge. Dehydration I've suffered really bad, and in one time I did call it quits. And this was on Isla Culebra, Snake Island. The very first time I went, I was stuck on this peninsula, and it was just cliff on one side and thick thorny cactus on the other. And I was so dehydrated and so tired, and I was just done. But I had no cell phone reception, so I couldn't call for help. So I was desperate. I'm like, what am I going to do? I saw a cactus. I thought, oh my God, you know what? I wonder if it's edible. And I tried it. I ate it. It tasted good. And it immediately just rehydrated me, and I felt good and strong, and I was able to crawl under the thorny cactus, and I got out of there and made it. Hamex Bukan, please forgive me if I don't pronounce your names right. Have you ever experienced to be attacked by wild animals in your journey to the jungle while you are blogging? No, I've never been attacked by any wild animals except insects. I've been attacked by bitten by thousands of mosquitoes and no-see-um bugs. I've been bitten by spiders. I've been bitten by ants, hornets, and bees. But no, thank God, no dangerous animals like snakes or anything. Estela Aguilar says, ¿duermes bien? A veces sí, pero muy pocas veces. Una cosa que me ha dado cuenta es que no se necesita dormir tanto cuando duermes en el aire libre. Con 5 horas me siento bien. Pero muchas veces he dormido con frío o sobre una superficie muy dura y no duermo bien. Satine Keala. Have you ever built a pool in the wild? No, I've never built a pool. I know there's famous videos on YouTube about making pools. I don't think they do it the way they show in the videos. They show digging by hand, but from my experience, that would take many, many months to do. So I believe that there's other people that are helping and probably using heavy equipment like tractors. So no, I have not done that. Greg Gonzalez, how in the hell did you end up in Nanchital, Veracruz? Why is Veracruz the most beautiful place on earth? I don't think Veracruz is the most beautiful place on earth. Nanchital, I think you're referring to a blog I wrote, a place called Cerro de Nanchital. A friend of mine, he has friends there, and he invited me to go and thought I would like it, and sure enough, I loved it. It was really interesting experience. Fernando Velez, how was it that you got interested in this lifestyle? I kind of started that already. It's mostly because of my failures in modern life, difficult time through recession, just pretty much at the end of my rope. And I'm like, how am I going to survive? I'm just not making it. And I started looking to nature for food and for peace and escape from the stress of modern life. And so that's where I've been. John David Lagrona says, can you catch a live fish by bare hands and eat it alive? I have done that with salmon. I've eaten a small fish alive. It was an ocean fish. Someone else caught it, and I thought, hey, can I eat one? And they gave it to me, and I ate it. I bit the head off and chewed it and ate the whole thing. And the organs taste bad raw, but it wasn't that big of a deal. Maori Points, are you excited for your jungle trip? Yes, a little nervous because I am going alone, but yeah, I'm definitely excited. Noah Hill, how long do you stay out there in one going, and do your bowels get irritated when you subsist on foraged foods? I stay out there, it depends. Maybe one day, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe a week. Usually not more than a week though. And my bowels don't have a problem. Usually I eat so little that I don't even have a bowel movement. But if I bring food, I haven't had a problem. Like I said, I know a lot of the plants and things I don't know, I'm very careful with. Chad David Lagrono, do you still use life straw? Yes, I use the life straw. Not very often, because many places I've found springs or something, but I always bring a life straw with me in case I have to drink out of water that could be not so good. Rafael Benigta, if you miss your family and relatives when you spend a lot of time in the wild, what things you consider in order for you to overcome that feeling? Yeah, I miss a little bit. Sometimes I even worry, that I might not live. But it's not anything major. I know I'm going to get out of there. Javi Borrayo, another question. ¿Por qué eres el McGyver de la selva? McGyver de la selva. Pues es bueno, es la gente más MacGyver de la selva era la gente indígena. And then I have another one, Alex Pierce. So what is the easiest border crossing to use? I cross in San Isidro. I don't have any problem. There's 2 border crossings there. Either one of them has been fast for me now. So, okay. One more question. Renan Oliver. The cameras that film you from afar, are you positioning or have someone positioning for you? I set the cameras up many times. I have to take several takes for one action. I'll set up a camera close, and then I'll set it up from a different angle. I do the action, move the camera, do the action, move the camera far away. And so it's me. I don't think I've ever had a cameraman that did all that for me. I might in the future, but as of yet, it's up to now it's been just me. These are all the questions from Facebook. Now I'm going to do the questions from Instagram. En mi paz 30 dice, ¿hace cuánto llevas haciendo esto? Empecé hace como 20 años, pero fui poco a poco, en los años más recientes, más seguido. Jaimichu 00, ¿qué has estudiado y cuál es tu fuente de ingresos? Yo estudié hasta la prepa, un poco de colegio, pero luego estudié por mi cuenta idiomas, me encantan los idiomas, español, portugués, estudié un poco de ruso, también la fotografía y también, ¿qué más? La actuación, perdón. Mis fuentes de ingresos son vendo fotos en bancos de imágenes, YouTube y también de modelaje. LSD Princess, ¿alguna vez te ha atacado algún animal? Saludos desde Tijuana. Solamente los mosquitos me han atacado. Los mosquitos, las abejas, arañas, pero nada más. Billy Hudroa, ¿qué te motivó a comenzar esta aventura primitiva en la naturaleza? ¿Por qué te gusta hacerlo? Lo que me motivó más fue mi fracaso en la vida moderna, que ya comenté. Y me gusta porque me da mucha paz, me da mucha tranquilidad, me da un equilibrio que no encuentro en la vida moderna. Wes Craven Official, where did you start with your primitive skills? What got you interested? Any people who inspired you, and what do you like about it most? I got started, I've always had an interest in indigenous cultures, and so that was a big part of it. My inspiration, there isn't really a single person that really inspired me. I mean, well, my Spanish teacher from high school was my first inspiration. My dad, who used to take us to camping trips down in Baja, Mexico. That was when I first started learning about a different culture. And what I love about it is the simplicity of it all. You must my Messiah. What has been your favorite video that you've filmed so far, and what about the most challenging video that you've had to film? I think my favorite that I filmed so far was my extreme primitive desert survival video I did a few months ago. That was really fun. It came out really good. I like the way it came out, some beautiful images. And it was also perhaps the most difficult too, because I was very dehydrated, I was very, very tired, and it got just very difficult to shoot because of that. Matux 15, do you have wife and children? Yes. Cheesy Chips 16, in the future, would you do any videos on primal hunting? Yes, I do want to do that, but I don't want to kill large game animals. I don't like killing animals, so it'd probably be smaller animals like rodents and fish. Elikalo asks, do you think the future generation will learn from your primitive videos to be self-reliable with nature, or will technology control them? Technology will definitely control them. In fact, I believe technology is going to control everyone in the world at some point, and there will be absolutely no freedom at some point in our future. But until then, some people, some very few will value this knowledge. Royal Sunset 54, how do you make income? I mentioned that before. I sell stock photography. I've done that for about 9 or 10 years, and online, and YouTube now, and modeling. El Calo says again, Elicalo, what do you want in the year 3000 when someone is watching your videos to feel? Inspired, amazed, shocked? Well, I hope that they, that's a long time from now, and I can't imagine what the world would be like if it still even exists then. But I would want people to be inspired, because I can imagine at that time there'd be absolutely no freedom, and I don't think my videos would be even allowed, to be honest, because of that. All right, Javier Barraza, why did you decide to change the shorts? Greetings from Mexico, saludos. I changed my shorts because they were falling apart. I can't wear them anymore, they're done, so I'm going to be wearing a loincloth from now on. Elicalo, another question. ¿Cuál fue tu expectativa del canal el primer día y si pasó o sigues esperando esa expectativa? Nunca pensé que iba a llegar a 1 millón de suscriptores, era un sueño. Al principio yo no tenía ninguna expectativa porque lo hice solamente para compartir unos videos. Tengo mi canal desde el año 2008, pero en los últimos 3 años ya Ya le eché más ganas. Manuel V. W. Manuel V. Do you know Bear Grylls? ¿Conoces a Bear Grylls? No, no lo conozco. I don't know him. What 3 essential gadgets do you recommend to take with you? ¿Qué 3 herramientas indispensables recomiendas llevar contigo? I mentioned that before. A really good sharp knife, strong knife, paracord, and something to make fire. Un cuchillo, una cuerda como paracord, y cerrillos, encendedor, algo para hacer fuego. Yeah, I'm here, asks, are you afraid of any bugs? Yeah, that's a concern that a lot of people have, and I'm not really afraid of bugs, but I don't obviously like them on me or biting me. So I've been bit by thousands of mosquitoes and no-see-um bugs. I've been bitten by ants, spiders, wasps, and bees. I don't like it, but I'm not like fearful of them. Racha Rossi, what was the most challenging video that you had to film? And I think I mentioned that before. That was my extreme desert survival video. I think that was the most difficult. Just the dehydration, it got very difficult. Luis 1525 asks, ¿cuándo viajas a Panamá y cuáles son tus herramientas que siempre traes a manos indispensables? No sé si voy a Panamá, quizás, quién sabe. Herramientas indispensables son un cuchillo, paracord, una cuerda y algo para hacer fuego, cerrillos, encendedor. Beach Beck 2015. How long are you going to be living primitively? I think a lot of people know I don't live this way all the time. Obviously, I have to be connected to modern society in order to make the videos and upload and all that stuff. But I really do like learning about primitive living, and I'm going to continue doing that. And I'd like to spend more time in a primitive environment. Chaser Racer, what's your inspiration, motivation that keeps you looking for new primitive projects and places to explore? It's just a desire to know more, and I think looking to nature, there's peace, and I think there's a lot of health that comes from it, and I have found that in my personal adventures, and so that's something that just drives me to keep looking that way, and I try to inspire. I want to inspire other people to really seek answers to their health and in nature. All right. Demento Liz Art asks, when are you going to get some new wonderful survival pants? And my pants are gone. You're going to be seeing me in a loincloth probably for a while now. Irlanda Cruz asks, how does living primitively work? Do you run around in the wild? Living primitively is basically living with without modern tools. It's living with the materials that naturally exist where you are. That's really simply what it means. Nicholas Sutlive 5 asks, what made you want to go primitive? And really that was hard economic times, basically failure to succeed in modern life. Sparky Park asks, will you be auctioning off those shorts? Yes. I don't know quite yet when it will be, but I will be. Arcangeli, ¿cuáles son los cambios que han sufrido las plantas de tus pies? ¿Se han adaptado mejor? No han sufrido. Usando sandalias o descalzado, no han sufrido nada las plantas de mis pies. He tenido lesiones en la piel, pero lo que me ha lastimado los pies fue el uso de botas o zapatos normales. Peter Simon 2000, what kind of diet would you consider primitive? A primitive diet is eating what naturally occurs in the area where you are. That's it. Ben.14p asks, what did the piss taste like? What did my urine taste like? It tasted like a little like beer, kind of like a bad beer, but it wasn't very concentrated, so it wasn't bad at all. It was easy. Matthew Peltola asks, hey Chad, will you have other people surviving with you in future videos? Yes, I want to do that. Yes, I plan to do that. Do you want to? You want to come along? Prince Pavioshka. This one's in French. I'm going to try to read it and try to guess what it means. Est ce que tu te muses spécifiquement les épaules dans ton programme musculation? I'm sorry, I don't know French. But I think you're asking what's like my exercise program for back muscles. Pull-ups. Lots of pull-ups and bent over row. Alexis Ober, how did you decide you wanted to live primitively? Like, what point in the modern world did you decide you would rather live in a mud hut? I don't live in there all the time. I would like to live in a mud hut a lot more. But as I mentioned before, I do have family, and I do have to come into modern world to edit and upload and all that stuff. But it was just failure in modern life. Just working, having jobs, not being able to make ends meet. It was a pure hell. I lived like that for years. And I just couldn't. So I sought peace in nature and look for a different way. Alexis Ober then asks, is there any environment in the world you're too hesitant to live primitively in? If any environment where there's no water, if there's a lack of water, that's very dangerous. Deserts and extreme cold environments. That's you got to be well prepared and have a good shelter and all of that. So I'd be hesitant. Yes. Denise Green Black asks, how many months have those shorts? These shorts, well, you're not going to even see them anymore, but they are 22 months old. I've worn them for 22 months. They've never been washed like in water, in anything other than water or salt water. So 22 months. Style Venture 90, what does your mind propose to become primitive lifestyle, and did you get new shorts? I did not get new shorts, but I made a loincloth, and I started learning about the primitive lifestyle because it was kind of like an escape from this modern world that I just found so choking and stressful. Dixon Cody 21 asks, what are your favorite things you like to do in primitive? I like making things, like making baskets, like working with clay, anything, making things and cooking, just doing anything, just being active. It's a great way to spend time. Mr. Cargo Shorts asks, what are you going to do with the shorts in the primitive way? The shorts are gone. I'm going to auction them off, and I'm wearing a loincloth from now on. Timerick 10, first time commenting on Instagram, asks, how long did it take to make 1 million? I started my channel in 2008, and I didn't start getting serious about it until about 3 years ago in 2016. But most of the growth took place this year. At the beginning of this year, I had probably about 40,000 subscribers, and then it just really grew. Leandro Veloso 69 44 pergunta: tem filhos? Tenho 3 filhos. Sethosaurus Rex, how many languages do you speak? I speak well 3 languages: English, Spanish, Portuguese, a little bit of Russian, a little bit of Mixteco, which is a dialect of Mexico, and little bits of other languages. Opinionated Gay asks, what are the best underwear clothes for primitive living? Gosh, a loincloth is very comfortable. It's great. But you got to wear whatever's, what's going to work for the climate you're in. In a hot climate, you don't need much clothing, but you may need protection from insects. In a cold climate, obviously, you need a lot of protection from the cold. So, skins, a bear or buffalo hide or something will be great for cold weather. Santi el Rojo pregunta, ¿cuánto tiempo estudias antes de salir a realizar supervivencia? A veces nada, a veces un día, a veces unas horas, depende del tiempo que tengo. Y también depende del lugar, porque si es un lugar que ya conozco, pues no estudio mucho. Funk Cowboy, what do you think the best part of primitive living is? It's freedom. Freedom. No laws, no rules. Only the physical laws that have been in existence since the beginning of the world. Cray Magic and Illusions blog asks, what is the most important lesson you've learned over your primitive journey thus far? I have learned to respect nature. Nature can kill you, but you can also live in harmony with nature. Sorry about the lighting, it's getting dark. Dang it. All right. Christian Baron 5. ¿Qué es lo que te motiva a enfrentar esas difíciles situaciones de supervivencia? Yo quiero conocer más, yo quiero conocer mis límites, quiero saber más de la naturaleza. Letov Rus 22. Se какого года ты начал снимать видео на YouTube? I think what you're trying to ask is, how long have I been doing videos on YouTube? I wrote down the answer here. Oh, it's 2008. Since 2008. And then you ask, how old am I? Мне 46 лет. I'm 46. Chloe Christofi, are you ever going to come to London? Maybe, I don't know yet. Doll Bear House, why you don't buy new shorts? Because now I made a loincloth. Michael Sinke, when sparked the interest to survive in the wild, really sparked in at the time of the recession. I started learning about it, but I just want to learn more and more about living in the wild since then. It's just been growing. Dario D28 asks, where does the surname Zuber originate from? It's German. Edvan 435, aonde é esse mar? No México. Zero R116, who inspires you? You know who the people that inspire me are the people you never hear about. The 80 or 90-year-old men and women that live in these little tiny communities in small villages, and they're strong as an ox, you know, and they're walking, man carrying a machete, man. Those people have some stories that we never get to hear because they don't have Instagram or Facebook or any of that. They're my inspiration. What is your favorite food in the wilderness? Well, it's usually if I find some fruit, that is like the bomb. It is so delicious. Raul Cowell, hey Zuber, how did you get or make the water bottle that you have shaped like two joined coconuts? Yeah, a lot of people have asked about that, and that's actually it's a calabash tree, and it's really easy to make. I'm gonna make one in this next trip. I didn't cut it myself, but I bought it at a market. It's called tecomate or pumpo here in Mexico. It's very common, and it's very useful for holding water. So yeah, you'll see that soon. My Conneto pergunta: Olá, Chad. Qual a comida mais estranha que você já comeu em suas aventuras? Acho que foi uma minhoca viva da terra. Encontrei na terra uma minhoca viva e eu comi. Devan Ghost, te chamo de Zuber, como já de costume. Minha pergunta é o seguinte: você considera isso que pratica o meio de supervivência como um esporte ou apenas transmitir como uma pessoa poderia sobreviver numa situação semelhante? As duas coisas. Para mim é um pouco como esporte quando eu vejo outras pessoas que fazem isto e se fazem alguma coisa que eu não tinha feito e eu quero fazer a mesma igual ou algo melhor. Dessa maneira é um pouco de esporte, mas sempre é tido o interesse de conhecer estas coisas. Friend Onain Alemán, ¿alguna vez te ha hecho daño alguna comida que has preparado? Ya sabes, a veces hay virus en el ambiente, o sea, en el aire. Nada de virus, pero una vez que preparé unos frutos de una planta allá en California que se llama yucca. No es yucca, es yucca, es un cactus. Y no son comestibles, pero muchos decían que sí, era comestible. Y me dio mucha diarrea, pero me pasó. Estuve bien, eso fue lo peor. Maestrad 67. En tus viajes de supervivencia, ¿estás solo? Por la movilidad de la cámara y por la variedad de los encuadres, asumo que no. ¿Qué tipo de power bank usas? Yo llevo varias baterías para mi cámara. No tengo equipo o alguien que me ayude, que mueva la cámara. Yo estoy solo. Entonces, es mucho trabajo. Yo tengo que repetir la acción varias veces. B. Wimble, are you going to start using the loincloth instead of your shorts? Yes. The Great Pretender. This is the last question. The Great Pretender, OB, asks, you decided now to leave most of your life in primitive life, or was it sort of experiment and union with nature and yourself? It was more of experiment and union with nature. I love the union with nature, and I find a lot of benefits to it, and that's really where it is. But I'm always thinking, there could be a time where I really do need these skills to survive. And I know the camera right now is super dark, and you probably can't really, it's all grainy and looks terrible. I apologize. Tomorrow morning I'm going to be gone, so I'm not going to see you guys for a few days. I'm going to be without any cell phone reception. So I'll see you next week. All right? Hopefully with some more videos. Take care. Hasta luego. Sí, voy a repetir en español lo que acabo de decir, que voy a estar fuera de comunicaciones por unos días. Entonces nos veremos en la próxima semana. Voy a estar en La Selva. Adiós.